All right, just a disclaimer. I forgot to hit record on Audacity for like the first 15 minutes. So bear with me with the audio, but it does get better. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and motherfucking girls, welcome to another motherfucking episode of the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast, the hottest podcast in the land. Let me get a yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
We got Don Blazin in the building. We got
Young Blazer.
Luckily, we're not monetized on YouTube yet, so it was good to the people, man.
What's good, y'all? What's good? This nigga smokes away his lungs, I'd like to say thank you guys for 1.4 subscribers on YouTube. Man, mad love to everyone showing love in the comment section, all the haters and the appreciators, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, Jokic, I don't know what's going on with Jokic, but Michael Porter, that nigga Michael Porter is that nigga. I don't know what to tell y'all. That nigga's
get the
here.
Fuck out of our sub numbers, bro. We got 1,050. You said 1.4.
This guy.
You talking about subs? I thought it was 1.4 subs.
Nah, bro. It's like 1,050. We don't buy subs out here, bro.
Head ass. I don't know who could that be? Who could that be? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh man.
But yeah, shout out to everyone who comes out and listens every week. Shout out to the YouTube people, Apple Podcasts, the Spotify people. Shout out to everyone. We're gonna try to get in some more guests down the line, but you know, we gotta know who the real ones are who come out every week, regardless of who the guest is. You know what I'm saying? People who watch us for us. You know what I'm saying? The Let's Keep It a Buck crew. Also
for us.
Head us. Also, just a disclaimer: we are recording this on a Friday. Usually we record on Sundays and then we upload it the day after. But this week we're gonna be recording on Friday and uploading it on Monday like usual. But because of scheduling conflicts, we have to record a little early. Shout out to Justin as well. He's not here with us today. It's not because he's dead. He's just in Maine. He's just in Maine. And again, like this was the best day for all of us to come on. And last shout out to Flight. Happy birthday, Flight. You know what I'm saying?
Shouts out to Flight.
Shouts out to Flight. FTC, Flight Team Stand Up. The best basketball YouTuber on YouTube. Numbers wise.
I guess. Yeah, you got to give him his credit, man. Happy birthday to Flight.
If you say so.
He really had Low like go into every single one of his YouTube videos, like track every single one of his shots. Like, yo,
that had to be
got a million views.
Any actual basketball fan.
You know how petty you got to be to fucking graph all that shit? He had to watch every single game he's done to that point and then just graph that.
You know how boring that must be to sit there and watch a nigga miss that many times? Like, did you see the shooting splits Flight had in them games, bro? Flight's playing to 11 and he's taking 30 shots. I'm like, bro, what? Like, stop. There's no way. Like, he's shooting horribly.
Yeah. Y'all already said what's up to the people, right?
Yep.
All right. How have y'all been this week, man? I know it's a short week for our podcast activities, but
I see Dom with the haircut. I see it.
That's a fact.
It's about fucking time, guy.
Listen, man. Look,
and the lighting. I see the lighting.
I see the lighting. Okay.
Come on. We try.
Okay.
All I can do is try. All I can do is try. That's all I can do. I'm just trying.
I see the glow up. I see it.
Just trying, man. Just trying.
That's all I can. I'm like
That's
LeBron.
I'm just attempting shots. I don't care if it goes in. I attempted it. Shit.
Hey, man. Giving it a shot, baby. That's all I can do. But no, man, I've been good. Just chilling, working, losing my mind watching the goddamn Lakers play because they're losing. It's terrible.
That's really all he can fucking do. At least we got basketball to watch. At least we got basketball.
Facts.
I don't know how I went through the last 4 months, bro. I'm serious. Like I would just wake up, make YouTube videos about the NBA, go to sleep and do it again. And the NBA wasn't even on. Like I don't know how I did that. Especially Rusty. Uploads daily with no NBA.
Hey, man,
that's just crazy.
Love for the game, man. That's all that is. You love the game. But
That is
no,
a
it's
content
crazy.
creator.
Facts. It's crazy how like before the break, like I would see games that were on, like, do I really want to watch such and such play right now? Nah. Now it's like I don't care who's on. I'm watching every game I possibly can. I just want to see niggas play ball, bro. Like it's bad. Like I'm watching. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Never watched the Suns game ever. Like I would not watch the Suns play. Like who? Like be real. Unless you really like Devin Booker, and I mean really like Devin. Who's watching the Suns game? Like come on. Like no.
I'm a
one.
TJ Warren fan, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
You're not even on that team.
Hey, relax.
TJ Warren fan.
Relax.
Speaking of TJ Warren, who pissed him off? I know who pissed him off. But like boy, that nigga's out here averaging 30.
That's a fact, bro.
And it's not gonna mean shit.
Y'all, man.
That's crazy.
I told y'all this bubble shit is gonna affect some players in a positive way. And TJ Warren, Michael Porter Jr. and Gary
Michael
Trent
Porter.
on the Blazers.
Oh yeah, Gary Trent for sure. Yeah,
Gary Trent's been balling.
Gary Trent has been balling, man.
He's definitely
so yeah,
balling.
there's players that have been positively affected by the big ass break and how the bubble set up, and there's some players who have had a negative effect. Like we've already had a bunch of injuries, not a bunch, but a couple serious injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple players are definitely showing some rust and are having trouble taking it off. But the first topic we have today, let's just go into it, man. The Lakers, y'all teams.
I'm not worried,
y'all look
bro.
depressed, man. Speak to me.
I'm not depressed at all.
No,
I already know what's gonna happen. You better ask Dom.
No. Wordu, you go first, bro. How do you feel about the Lakers, bro?
First off, didn't we just secure the first seed a couple days ago? So why the fuck should I care if we lose into the Rockets or the Thunder? And there's no LeBron, so there's no Caruso, right? Your X Factor. Why should I give a fuck, nigga? And how many more games we have until the playoffs? I think the playoffs start on the 17th.
Like 4.
So. Yeah, like 4.
5.
Like, I don't give a shit. Okay, we lost to the fucking... I don't give a fuck, nigga. The Suns are balling. Like, why should I care, nigga? When it's playoff time, okay, who are we facing? Who's gonna be the 8 seed? And like, if you were to guess who the 8 seed would be, who would that team be?
All right, it's looking like the Blazers right now.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that later. But like,
okay,
they haven't played in 4 months, and they only have 8 games. Like, you would at least want your team to show that they were at least what they were before the break. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So in that way, if I'm a Laker fan, like I'm worried. Like, are we even like y'all have the worst offense in the bubble?
Okay.
And y'all had a top 5 offense in the league before the break. What do you mean? Okay, like that's a big ass change from a top 5 offense to
the thing about me
offense.
is I like to judge things on a 10-game basis. So if we're only playing like 8 games and you're just going to base how we're going to do in the playoffs based off of what we just seen in the bubble, keep in mind these guys haven't really been playing in a competitive like aspect for like a whole 4 or 5 months. So they're not going to just come out right out the gate, just start like picking up right where they left off. Like, and like that shit was like all of a sudden too. It happened like when you least expected it to happen because the playoffs were down to start in April and it happens like mid-March. Like that fucks everything up. So I don't look into it too much. Like I'm not that worried. I will say if the Blazers do get the 8th spot, I am kinda.
Why? Wait, why?
You just said there was no issue. Now you're kind of like what?
It's only been 4 games, Wardu.
It has, but their bench is really, and Dame is really, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna do shit though. We're gonna win in like maybe 5-6 games, but it'll be a competitive. It's not gonna be a sweep. I don't think it'll be a sweep because their bench is they playing pretty good. Now, if they can consistently do that in the playoffs is another story. But if I had to pick a team to face as the 8th, as a first seed to face the 8th, I would probably rather face the Grizzlies or because John Morant's not really playing well. If you're gonna go by John Morant's not playing really well, that nigga's gonna end up like D Rose the way he's landing. I don't like the way John Morant lands after he goes for dunks. That very Derrick Rose-ish. I'm saying it now. So
The next Derrick Rose
it might have. Do you see how he lands, nigga?
Yeah.
That nigga landed on his face. I was like, all right, yeah, you're tripping. Like, when I seen him land on his face, I was like, all right, now
I was like, bruh, you doing too much.
Because no one was near him. Like, it's one thing to land awkward if niggas is by you or you're just moving that fast. But there was no reason for him to land like that in that situation. And then they just landed on his face. I'm like, okay.
He goes up for dunks way too
control.
aggressively, bro. And there's like no contact at all, bro. But
I mean, but even D Rose had like 2 years until everything went to shit. So yeah, he has time to acknowledge and make the changes. So I'm not too worried right now, but you obviously don't want to see it. But Don, how you feel, man? You look sad.
Well,
you look
here we go. Thank you. I gave word to the 4 people. Now here's an honest Laker fan's perspective. As of right now, with the way things have looked, with the rust that we have, rust isn't even the word. I don't know what. We just aren't in rhythm. We just got to find our rhythm. We're an older team. It's going to take longer. I get but you're saying we will. But the problem is when, though. Like, when are we going to hit that switch and be
by August
the
17th.
Best team in the league?
By August 17th.
You think? See, look. I like what you're saying, but I don't see it. I honestly feel like, look. If we play the Blazers, I don't think we're going to be in rhythm, honestly, in the first round of the playoffs. I don't. That's why I hope we get the Grizzlies, because AD alone will get us past the Grizzlies. Yeah, so I hope the Grizzlies pick it up and they keep it. But if we play the Blazers are going to be a competitive team at the 8th seed.
They are. And
that is not something we need, because we're not going to be where we need to be. I believe the second round is where we're going to be where we need to be. And cool. At that point, cool. But I'm terrified for the simple fact the Grizzlies are fucked. They don't have Triple J. So unless Brandon Clark turns into this monster bubble player, I'm talking TJ Warren level
better than TJ Warren and Devin Booker combined.
They're not going to be the AFC. So it's looking like we're going to have the Blazers. And honestly, I don't think LeBron. I'm doubting the GOAT. Like, that's how concerned
you ever doubt the GOAT.
Then he not the GOAT. Then if you doubt
First of all, stop it, because I don't want to hear none of that. Because when Jordan came back from retirement and was going against the Magic, he's out of shape. He's still the GOAT. He's an out of shape GOAT. He's
okay, you got me.
He's out of shape people. There we go. He's not where he was before. Same thing, coming off of a weight, coming off of a hiatus, coming off of a foul.
But LeBron's more in shape than Michael Jordan was at that.
How old was Michael Jordan at that time? The first retirement he had, not the second. Not when he came back to the Wizards. When he came back and
30, not like 31ish.
He was 31. Early 30s. LeBron is mid 30s. Totally different. He's further down the line to take a layoff like that.
Is he showing signs of slowing down?
I mean, it's not showing signs of slowing down. It's showing signs of being an older player. Everyone gets older. It happens to every player.
But you said with Jordan that there was no excuse.
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying you just said no.
We can run the tape, bro. We talked about this on the podcast. We talked about this on the podcast.
Stop it. Y'all said, and I quote, if you're doubting him, how can he be the GOAT? Just because you doubt someone doesn't take away the fact they're the greatest at what they do. Is what I'm saying. Michael Jordan was looked at as the GOAT back then. Everyone seen him as the best player ever. When he came back from the goddamn first retirement, he was rusty. He wasn't the player he was when they last seen him. But no one ever said, "Oh, he's not the greatest anymore." No, fuck that. He's not the GOAT anymore, because this time period he's not what he showed us. Now LeBron pre-break, I mean, look. He's still the GOAT. It was undoubtable. I had all faith. But I just don't know if he's going to be able to hit that switch when we need him to. Like,
you don't think LeBron's going to be able to hit that switch? He looking like playoff Bron
from last year. You looking like
playoff Bron from last year. You're giving up on our team like this?
And that's the problem, BSOLZ.
Yeah.
You're saying we can't hit you're saying LeBron can't hit the switch in the playoffs, Dom.
I'm not saying he can't hit the switch in the playoffs. I'm saying he can't hit the switch before the playoffs. We don't need him.
He doesn't need to
just start. Fuck that.
Why should he need to?
Rhythm. I need LeBron in LeBron rhythm. I don't need LeBron playing like dog shit up until the point what we start, because that's too much suspense for me. I want to be comfortable. I don't want to be uncomfortable.
A comfortable victory, nigga. We aren't the Warriors, nigga. It's not, nah, bro.
Fuck that. We were the number 1 seed. We were literally the best team in the league. I was comfortable looking at our team and being like, you know what? We lost 5 in a row. I don't give a fuck because I'm comfortable knowing that we're good. We're straight. Everything's fine.
We are good.
It's a little slide. Right now, I'm not comfortable. I don't like what I'm seeing.
I'm very comfortable.
I don't like how niggas is playing.
This is the real Laker fan right here.
They're very comfortable.
You're comfortable very comfortable. How we're looking right now?
At worst, okay. So if the Spurs get the 8th seed, we playing the Spurs. We sweeping them. We playing the Jazz. Might beat them in 4 or 5 games. Then we play the Clippers. That might go 7.
We are not going to have our rhythm. We're not going to be in rhythm first round. So you're banking on.
Are you saying we're going to lose that because we're not in rhythm?
Listen. All I'm saying is in the first round, I don't care who we play against. The game plan in the first round is literally going to be the game plan we've seen the first 3 games. Give it to AD all the way through. And
not all the way.
LeBron
No.
AD goes hard for 3 quarters, and then they try to let LeBron take over. And if he's feeling it, it's LeBron's quarter. If he's not, AD's going to finish the game either strong or he's going to fall off because he's tired from carrying all 3 quarters. That has literally been our game plan since day one. That was our game plan. First game
has it been
season.
Working?
Look, it works when we're in rhythm.
We're the first. How many games have we won this season?
When our guys hit our shots, that's when it works. But if we're not in rhythm, we're not going to hit our shots, and we're going to rely on niggas like J.R. Smith to be an X factor, and we're going to rely on niggas like Dion Waiters.
Okay, and what
to be
X
factors?
Hypothetically, let's just say that they do show up. Let's say that Dion averages like maybe 8 to 12 points. JR averages maybe 8 to 12 points as well. Caruso 8 points. JaVale
10 or 12.
Solid maybe 8 and 10, 12.
It's JaVale as long as he doesn't.
Do y'all know how rare these numbers are? Like for those players to average 10, that's a bare minimum for your whole bench to average 10 points each. And AD's averaging 28.
I didn't say
and
my whole
LeBron's
bench,
averaging
nigga.
25.
I didn't say my whole bench.
That looks like y'all have full capacity.
I didn't say the whole bench. I'm saying very
Dwight
specific
Howard
players.
averaging 7 head ass.
I'm saying very specific. If we have, I didn't even say what's his name, KCP. I don't give a fuck what KCP doing. I don't give a fuck. I said JR average 8 to 12, Dion average 8 to 12, and Caruso at least maybe 8 to 10, 8 to 12. I'm fine. Kuzma, since he has the expectation of showing up, nigga, I'm expecting at least 15 to 20 points from you, nigga.
15 to
right?
20.
Right? If he's the third option.
13?
If all he has to do is score the ball, yes, 15 to 20. Yeah, 15 to 20.
He hasn't been doing it consistently. He hasn't been to the playoffs. That's the thing.
But you said he's not the X factor because you expect him to do that. So how is it so much for me to say, oh, I expect you to give me 15 to 20 points in the playoffs as the first seed in the West?
There's a big difference between 15 and 20. I'm just saying, like, a 20 point per game scorer is.
Should I say 15 and 17? Should I say that?
Just say 14 to 15. 14 to 15. Is that fair?
Okay, 14. Since it makes you 14. I'll even say 12 to 15.
It makes you happy.
Give me 12 to 15 points. Dion, give me 8 points, nigga. Caruso 8. I want at least 3 or 4 assists from Caruso, and I want at least a steal, 2 steals here and there from D. I want Dion to show me he can. That nigga could play defense. He just bullshit. I know Dion can play defense.
Wait, what's your point though? What's your point?
I don't know what he's
like. The key players on our bench that we need to step up when LeBron and AD can't really, if we're rusty, like you're saying that we are, we're just gonna give the ball to AD. We need these role players: Caruso, JR, Dion, all them niggas to step up. JaVale, step up.
Yeah, no shit.
That's what I'm saying. You just did all that talk.
Well, then you should break it down and elaborate like I am, sir. Thank you.
You just elaborated my point. I'm concerned because we need those things that you just said. That's why I'm concerned.
And I'm breaking it down.
Stuff right now.
Yeah, obviously they need to step up if LeBron's rusty, but like to the point where you need JR to step up when you need Dion Waiters, who wasn't on a team last year and was suspended by the league, to step up. and you're counting on JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard.
And Alex
That's
Caruso.
a concern. That's a concern.
Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I still believe in you, Caruso. All I'm saying is the only players right now that when I look at my roster and I'm like, okay, going into tonight, I know I'm going to count on right now AD to carry us, and I can count on Caruso to make me happy. That's all it is right now. Kuzma surprises me too much. And honestly, watching Kuzma, I'm ashamed because a big part of his game has been just deleted because of AD and LeBron. And that's that post hook that he had. Anybody that watched Kuzma, rookie
That Magic
knows,
Johnson hook.
Kuzma had that post hook, man. He had that little running hook shot across the middle of the lane, and that was an easy 6 points a quarter or 6 points a night from just doing that. He don't got that no more. That nigga drove and
he's a spot up. He is Shane Battier now, nigga. He is a spot up shooter.
And that's
Shane
the
Battier
problem.
without the D, crazy.
You need. I need Caruso
tough.
to be Caruso. They got to give Caruso more free reign, man. I need
Caruso to play make too, nigga. Man. I need that. Yeah, Frank Vogel.
Caruso's
I need
never
you
been a playmaker.
Let Caruso go, man. Let Caruso go, bro.
Let Caruso.
Let me see what you got,
Let
Johnny.
Caruso go.
Oh my god.
Let me see what you got.
Look, man, all I know is coming into the season, we knew this Lakers team was going to be heavily reliant on LeBron James. So if LeBron is not on his A game, that creates a ripple effect on the whole team, as with any team with a star, but especially for teams that like the Bucks or the Rockets, shit like that. Like the Raptors can get away here and there with a bad Kawhi game last year, maybe even like the Celtics here and there. But like when you run your offense specifically around one player, especially as ball dominant as LeBron, that's a problem to see how he's performing right now. And there's a reason you guys have the worst offense in the league. And I'd be concerned. I'd be concerned.
I'm very concerned. I'm highly concerned right now.
Cause maybe if it was like y'all were 1-3, and they were close games, cool. But when you see that y'all were a top 5 offense in the league and y'all dropped down to the worst with LeBron and AD, come on, man. Avery Bradley and Rondo aren't that valuable. To the point where y'all
They're not. That's why I'm not worried, nigga. This is only temporary. I'm not worried. That's what I'm saying. Them niggas ain't shit. We know Avery Bro, that's what I'm saying. Why do we need Avery Bradley if Dion could literally just take that role that he had, step up when we really need him? We don't need Avery Bradley. Caruso. We don't need Rondo. Caruso.
I do agree with that point. I agree with that. I agree with that one.
We don't need them niggas. So just step up. Just step up, bro. That's it. Just step up.
All I'm saying is Bradley had
if every
great
player
defense.
on your team step up, if every player on the Phoenix Suns step up,
they have to know their role,
championship. They can win the championship if every player on the Phoenix Suns step up.
Very true.
I mean, if you're saying that, then the Clippers, they sweeping the Lakers. If that's
nigga, any team in the NBA, if everyone stepped up, they could win. That's so.
No, I'm saying
this is worded with the Sixers again, bro. They have a possibility of making the finals.
Y'all generalize my points to make me seem like I don't know what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about, nigga. I'm basically saying if every player that's actually worth shit on the bench knew their role and stepped up in the playoffs. If we're going by that, the Clippers have the best bench, correct?
Yeah.
So if they would technically beat the Lakers if that were the case, right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So if your team is on your A game, then yes, you would win. Like I don't.
No, but the Clippers have a better bench. So if they basically have more pieces on their team that are capable of doing more shit in the playoffs than the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if they all knew their role and stepped up, then they could probably sweep us.
Dog gotta blaze it up again.
Yeah, next topic.
That ass. All right, man. Let's move on.
Word, dude, I give up on you, bro, because you're not even. I don't. You're just being unrealistic at this point. So next topic, please. I give up.
Right,
until October rolls around and I gotta say I told you so. Okay, next topic.
So we talked about this last week already, but I honestly want to talk about it again. This man Zion, bro, I'm concerned.
Very concerned.
I am more concerned than what I was last week, cause I knew like he was out of shape, but I forgot what he looked like at Duke, honestly. And when I saw those Duke highlights,
he
on
was
YouTube,
swole.
Not only was he swole, not only was he ripped, but he was moving on the court fast as fuck.
He was.
Like that man was moving like 09 LeBron on there. And right now, he looking like Garshawn Yabusele out there, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
He moving like Phoenix Shaq, bro. He's moving like Phoenix Shaq.
And like, I am concerned, bro.
He's moving like a more athletic.
It's a lot of concern on this podcast today. Y'all good? Y'all really
You're not concerned about Zion?
Are you
not concerned about what you see from Zion?
Bro, Zion Williamson is a genetic freak of nature, bro. That nigga, obviously he's going to lose weight. Later in his career, obviously he's going to lose the... Yes. You don't think he will? You think he'll be the same weight forever?
First of all, word dude, let me ask you this question. In what case ever in what case in NBA history has a player been drafted, gained a shit ton of weight,
I don't know about shit ton.
And was just expected to...
It's a shit ton.
He's gained a shit ton. He's gained a shit ton.
It's a shit ton.
Word dude,
when he was drafted number one, how what was he listed at?
He was
Wordy, since you like to watch highlights while we're on the podcast, look up Zion Williamson Duke highlights right now on YouTube. And I'll tell you right now, the difference you're see
telling a Duke
is
fan
scary.
This? I know. know.
Pull the tape up right now, bro. Like it's scary. It's fucking scary how much he's changed.
In a negative way?
Yes.
No. It's definitely not positive.
Let me tell y'all something. Let me ask y'all something.
Oh my god.
If it's so negative, why that Alvin Gentry is giving this nigga more minutes? Why is he producing more so?
Because he would have been fired if they didn't give him more minutes. And he was already under a lot of fire after one game.
Whatever point you're about to make, it doesn't work. It's not.
Dom, can I get your answer? Can I get your explanation to my question, please? Can I get it?
So why he's getting more minutes? Because they're trying to get his ass in shape. Because he's out of shape. He's big. He needs to run more. That's why they're giving him more minutes. They're they're hoping and praying that more minutes you give him, the more he's running, the better shape he'll be in the long run.
Yeah, that doesn't change the fact that he's not out of shape right now.
Like, bro, you can look at him and see the physical difference, and that's not good. It's not in a good way at all. Like, he's big in the wrong place. Like, it's in his stomach. It's in his neck. Like, he's big. Like, he's a big dude, bro. Like, when he was drafted, he was at 300 pounds. I don't care what no one says. He was listed 285. Zion was 300 pounds when he got out of Duke.
Nigga, no, like, he was not. 285 and 300 are a big difference.
He was 285 when he was at Duke. He was 285. He wasn't 285
so he's the
when he
same.
left.
So he's the same weight. He's listed at 284.
No. First of all, they made lies about what they list players at, and even though they came out,
how could you say it's 300? How could you say it's just 25 more pounds?
How the hell do you not gain weight but you look way bigger, but it's not from muscle? How do you gain fat but don't gain weight? Word dude, how does that make sense? How do you get fat but don't gain weight?
I never said that wasn't a thing.
I'm saying
I never said that wasn't a what?
But you're saying the listing, go by the listing. If you go by the listing, he's 285, but he's obviously bigger than 285. He's obviously bigger than 284. Like, he's not in shape at all. I think right now, I'm being realistic. Zion's probably, I'm going to go at a hefty 320. Zion's at 320 right now. If I had to guess, Zion's at a hefty 320.
Oh, this man left. Like, I dead ass want Wordy to just pull up Duke highlights of Zion, and I think he'll see like how much he's changed. Cause that like, I'm not even kidding. He was moving like 09 LeBron, and now he like his defense.
How big was LeBron in 09? He was 280 pounds. He was around. Yeah. That's when he was still swole LeBron. He was 280. Zion at that time, when he was at Duke, was 285. He was bigger than LeBron was at that time. Like, he was 285, but he was still able to move. Yeah. Why in the world would he be? Why isn't he able to do that anymore? And you can't just say it's injury, because there's been players that Russell Westbrook got injured. When he came back, he was not able to fucking jump like he used to. Like, he got right back to it. Like,
Word is so extra, bro.
I can't even see him. Yo. I can't even see him.
Yo, this man is standing in the middle of his room, looking so disappointed.
What am I saying that's wrong? Is he there?
He didn't even hear us, because he dead ass took off his his earbuds and everything. Oh, he's putting it
Jesus
back on.
Christ.
He's putting it back on. What's
I
up,
see it
Words?
now.
I'm sorry. I needed a smoke break after this nigga just said almost 3 feet. And nigga said he was 6'6", 320. Let me repeat.
Yes.
Nigga said he was 6'6", 320.
320. Yes, he's right now.
Let me put this in
6'6", 320.
perspective.
I'm
What does
saying
Brooke
right
Lopez
now.
weigh? How much does Brooke Lopez weigh?
I don't know. Like
I don't know.
I would guess 250,
I could
240.
look it up right now.
If I had to guess, 250, 240.
Okay. And you said this nigga does he move like he's moving like he's 320? You know what 320 looks like?
Brooke Lopez is 280.
Bro, that's 280. Ooh.
Yeah.
And you
At
said
least
what,
that's it says on
320?
Google.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gave him 250. I gave Brooke Lopez 250. He's 280.
Yeah.
Brooke Lopez is 280. Does
Okay.
Brooke Lopez look 80?
Okay.
He doesn't even have that much
Okay.
body fat to be 280.
All right.
And you think Zion is 285? You think
Word,
Zion
can you
is
please
285?
You
go
think
on
he's
YouTube right now and look up
320?
Zion Williamson?
I think
Are you
Zion
dumb,
is
nigga?
320.
320? You know what 320 is?
So what do you think he weighs?
What is 320? What is 320?
What is 320?
What did Shaq weigh in his prime? In his prime, what did Shaq weigh?
Shaq, when he got into the league, he was like, what, 280, 285, 7 feet?
And
I will go around there.
Then when Shaq started eating
It says
Big Macs before
324.
games,
324 for
324. So
When he got
Zion is
drafted,
moving like
rookie year?
Shaq. Basically.
his rookie year,
Okay,
Shaq
so
was
it says right here, like I'm just dead ass, like the first thing I see on Google. It says by 2002 he weighed 341.
Damn.
yeah, I'm about to say 2002, 340, yeah.
Shit.
When Shaq got big as fuck. Like, yeah, when Shaq was Laker, he got big as fuck. Yeah.
That fucked up your whole fucking argument.
Damn. Well, next topic. Shit. That nigga-
Exactly.
Oh.
When niggas and think about it. So wait,
yo. That's crazy.
hold on. So BSOLZ. So was his rookie year? Do you see his rookie year weight? His rookie weight?
I'm gonna check right now. Hold on.
That nigga like 7'2", 7'3".
Yeah, he's 7'2". Shaq was 7'2". I thought at one point
294.
he was 294 his rookie year. What did I say?
Yeah.
285. So yeah, 294 his
Yeah.
rookie year. And when you see him his rookie year, he's just built. He's muscle. He's just a big dude. He's just muscle. He's muscled up, whatever. And he was moving fine. He was moving fast, cool. Like he used to say, he liked to run the floor, all that. By the time he got to the Lakers, he started putting a lot of weight on because he got lazy.
Did that
He
affect
was
his
still-
production on the court though?
They're saying right here by 2004 he was 370. Yo,
I don't believe that. No, I don't
that's
know.
wild.
I
don't
believe it. I could believe it.
And that did affect his play on the court because he missed like 20 games a season, and that was the reason why Kobe was like, "Yo, y'all should make me the first option because I'm here most of the time. I put up the numbers and shit."
Word.
That was like the root of why Kobe was mad because Shaq was out of shape.
This nigga fat, bro. Yeah, I feel if he's
And you know who else
370.
is fat? You know who else is fat? Fucking Zion. Zion is fat. Zion's literally he's going through an advanced.
At least for
he's
NBA
literally going
standards.
through
I have some homework for you,
NBA
B-Souls.
standards. Okay.
B-Souls, can you look up since the Pelicans and Jazz game? Can you please tell me how many points per game Zion has been getting
No one is
since
saying
that first game? I'm asking Carlo, please.
what
Thank
does that
you.
have to do with anything, though?
No, I'm asking Carlo.
That's not what I'm. That's not what we're talking about though. Word.
I understand he's a fat ass. He's Eric Cartman. He's a black Eric
And
Cartman.
that's what we're talking
I am
about.
saying, is that affecting his production on the court? No,
It's
it
going
is not.
Yes, because
You give Zion
defensively,
more minutes. He's going to put up
Zion
more.
defensively is not good right now. He's not good. He is slow on his feet. He cannot guard perimeter defenders like we thought he could, being 6'6" with his athleticism. And when it comes to guarding big men, like he's just slow on his feet. He's not good defensively, no. So that does affect how effective he is on the court. And most of the time when I see him, he's fucking panting.
Is he
So,
a good paint?
most of
is
the
he a good
time,
paint
he-
defender?
No. Right now, no.
So the glaring
mo-
issue is the pick and roll defense, right?
Defense in general, not just pick and roll.
Defense in general, because when he
is a problem.
switches on a perimeter player, he's too slow right now to keep up with him. And whatchamacallit. And when he's trying to protect the paint, he doesn't even contest because he's too tired. Like, I've noticed that. So yes, it does affect his output.
So how many points has he been scoring? Like I said, since the first game. Dom, mute your mic. Since the first game, how many points has he been getting? Because have they been winning those games too? Also, I'd like to know that.
Well, I know for a fact they haven't, but the Pelicans are 1-4, and he's averaging 17 points a game.
I just want people to know BSOLZ made a perfect
rebounds.
point. BSOLZ just sat here and had this beautiful soliloquy on why Zion's weight is a problem. And this man word dude let it go in one ear and right out the other and just said, but how many
I hear what y'all are saying.
That's what we're dealing with, people.
Y'all just not hearing what y'all pick. Y'all choosing not to hear what I'm saying.
On a daily basis from this man. He just got the perfect. His whole argument was, is it affecting his play? Does it affect his play? You just got a reason why it affect this play. A big reason. Messing with him. That's going to be a franchise player.
When I'm saying his play, I'm talking about
dramatically affected because he is tremendously out of shape. And now you're saying, oh, that doesn't matter because I'm not talking about defense. That matters, though.
I'm not.
We're not talking about football. It's not just, oh, you play one side of the ball.
But is this play just offense?
Defense.
It's not, but if he's...
So we're giving him James Harden... We're giving him the James Harden effect, right?
He is
like, we don't care about the other side of the court for him?
He is second in the NBA in points in the paint. If he is not making his baskets in the paint,
what is he
I don't give a shit
though?
About Zion. I don't care about Zion.
Look. I don't think you understand. We're not talking about regular season players. We're talking about bubble players. Okay? In the bubble, what is Zion? Where is he placed in the bubble?
Who cares?
Not high at all.
Nigga, if they get the AC, we not gonna care about any of this shit we talking about.
But they're not gonna
niggas acting like the bubble is the entire season.
Word do they can't win games. How are they gonna get the AC?
I'm saying, okay, if they just happen to win games to make the AC, if they somehow get the AC, if they get the AC, no one's going to really
Ingram
talk about this shit.
gotta do a lot of carrying.
Well, it's gonna be.
What if they don't? What if they don't?
Then they don't. Get him next year, buddy.
All I'm saying is I'm concerned for Zion right now. Like, if he loses the weight down the line, cool. But until I see him, man, like, it's just concerning, especially for his health.
Y'all talking like this man is Greg Oden, bro.
It's not even him being Greg. It's him being Sean Kemp. That's what it's like.
Oh,
that's the way. That is the body transformation you're starting to see. Look at Sean Kemp in his prime, and then look at Sean Kemp after that lockout or whenever it was, when they came back and he was out of shape. That's what it's starting to look like for Zion. Zion is putting on a lot of weight when he needed to lose a lot of weight. People wanted him to lose weight coming into the league, and he would be fine. He's doing the exact opposite, and you're trying to say, oh, he'll still be great. No, you're doing the opposite of what everyone wanted you to do, everything that we needed you to do, everything we said you had to do to be this great player. You're doing the exact opposite of that, and we're supposed to expect you to still be this great player? No,
I don't get why you're concerned with John Morant's landing, but not with Zion's weight.
I'm concerned with the weight, but it's not to the point where I'm gonna just completely give up hope in him ever losing the weight in the future. John Morant, that's literally just technique. That has no, like, Zion's weight, he can control that too. Like, I'm not saying that John Morant can't control how he lands.
He's doing a bad job.
But that shit might be a fucking issue, like, probably either this season or next season. It's bound to happen. The nigga's gonna fuck up his knee, and niggas gonna be like, oh, what could have been John Morant? It's gonna be just the same shit like Derrick Rose. But you can say the same thing with Zion with his weight. And
if he gets injured, which he already is, then why? I just don't get that.
He can control that, bro. It's just losing weight and just that's all.
And John Morant can also concern his technique or control his technique.
Okay. I'm saying one is easier than the other. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to compare, but one is easier than the other. You could lose weight. Anybody could lose weight, nigga. Jokic.
All I'm saying is I don't think John Morant is trying to change his technique in jumping. So between him, who hasn't even thought about it, let's put this on the same platter. One player hasn't even thought about changing that. And the other player, that has been the focal point of him being great, and he's failing.
Okay.
That's the difference. Okay. I feel like if John Morant tried to land better, he would do a way better job of Zion trying to lose weight. Like that, and that's terrible. That is a terrible thing to compare, and that's a terrible reality.
Yeah.
All I know is Zion can be as effective as he wants when he's on the court, but so is Boban. But he's not on the court much because he gets tired easily. You know what I'm saying? So
True.
So that's it, man. Like I'm just concerned for the guy because I want the best for Zion. Like I'm a big Zion fan. You know what I'm saying? Like we're in the same college class and shit. So I gotta have someone represent my age. You know, like I've been looking up to the NBA. Like everyone's like these grown ass adults, but you know my time has come. My class is here. So you know, I want the best. I want the best for the guy, man. That's really all it is. And also I was just shocked when my man Dr. Brian Suterer tweeted his college highlights because in just a year you could see a big ass difference, and that was alarming when I saw it.
So BSOLZ, if you had to guess, what would you say you think Zion's weight is? Like being realistic, if you had to guess and put a number on it, what would you say it is?
I'm honestly not that good with like guessing weights and shit, but I'm with you, like 320 ish. Because if he was 285 at Duke, I also noticed that during the NBA draft and just like throughout the course of the season, he's bigger than what he was at Duke. So let's say he gained like 10, 15 pounds from that 285, 300, and now he's gained more weight from that. So like 315, 320 seems reasonable to me.
Easy.
So
just want to make sure I wasn't tripping. If you had to guess, how much would you say Zion weight?
300.
You think he's at 300 now?
Yeah.
So what do you think he was at the draft?
285.
So what was he in college?
285. What are you asking? What are you really asking?
All right.
Is this like a
You don't
trick
notice
question?
the weight change? You don't notice the weight change from college
I notice
and
it,
the NBA
but
draft?
like I notice it, but I don't think it's that fucking glaring.
Hold on. So
I think 300 or
Can we
305 at the most. I don't think it's 320 or 325. No. I don't think it's 320.
Hold on. So you just sat here and admitted you noticed the fact that he got bigger from when he was at college.
Anybody could notice that, nigga. I don't need an eye doctor to notice he's chubby.
You think he's the same weight, but you think he's the same weight. But
I think he gained maybe 15 to 20 pounds. I don't think he gained 40 pouns. 40 pounds?
So you believe he was 300 pounds in the draft, right?
Nigga, if he weighed 40 pounds, he wouldn't see the floor.
He's
think
barely seeing the floor?
He wouldn't see the floor.
He's barely seeing
Bro. So do you believe he was at 300 pounds? No. Wordu. So was he at 300 pounds?
Yeah, I think he's 300, maybe 305, maybe. Yeah, 300 or 305.
At the draft. At the draft, you think he's 305?
No, at the draft, I think he's like 280 something, 285, 290.
So you think he was 290 at the draft?
Okay, let me put it like this: if he was 285 in college, I think he was 285 when he got drafted. Correct?
Sure. I mean, that's you.
Which is what that doesn't make. Why does that not make sense?
Because he got bigger from the time he was in college to the draft. That's why. That's the problem, Wordu. That's what you're not understanding.
I don't think he was, but
okay. Drink whatever the fuck you're drinking because that's
Smoothie King.
It's better than what I'm doing. Man, this man said he got bigger, but I don't think he drank gained weight.
I'm gonna incriminate you, head ass.
Head ass. All right, man. Let's talk about Michael Porter Jr.
Yes,
because Michael Porter Jr. has been lighting it the fuck up. Before we get into the on-court shit, what y'all think about his COVID statements? Thinking it's a.
I think he has a brain and he can think for himself. I don't know what Dom thinks, but hey man, I guess thinking for yourself and using logic, not really just believing everything you hear on the news. I guess that's not really popular nowadays. So I like Michael. I know that's why I respect Michael Porter, a nigga that can actually think for himself and doesn't just go with the grain. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it a buck. That nigga. We should have a segment called "Who's Mr. Keeping It a Buck?" I think definitely Michael Porter Jr. is a candidate for Mr. Keep It a Buck for today. What do you think, Dom?
Mr. Keep It a Buck.
Michael Porter Jr., man.
All I'm saying is MPJ has definitely been showing that he's going to be a great player in this league. And
don't give me that PC shit. What did you think about the comments? That's what you want to hear.
His comments are his comments.
Do you agree with his comments?
And do I agree with his comments? Look,
What are your thoughts on his comments,
People-
actually?
His comments are his comments. That's all I'm
That
saying.
ass. I'm
His
sure
comments
so
are his
don't get
comments.
fined that ass.
That's all I'm saying. What he said is what he believed and what he felt at that time. I can't
think
No,
the
it
Earth is
doesn't
flat?
sound like you're keeping it a buck right now, man.
Yeah, it
sounds
sounds
like
like you're
a
keeping it
buck.
you're keeping it PC right now. I don't know what's going on here.
Keeping
Now I'm
it
getting
a
a
dime.
haircut. He's a
You're
whole
keeping it
different
a
person
dime
now.
right now, man.
Okay,
It's
okay,
90
okay,
cents.
okay. You want me to keep it a buck? Do you want me to keep it a buck? Like, to
Yes,
be honest,
yes. Please, please.
I don't care. Like, I really didn't care when he said it. Like, I didn't care.
And
That's
he
what it
is safe.
I don't
At-
care.
He said-
Like, that's what it was. Like, I heard him say, like, he said whatever he said, and people were like, "Oh, imagine how Cat feels. Imagine how Cat feels." Why the fuck are y'all imagine how someone else? How do you feel? Why do you care? If he let him say whatever he wants to say, it's not hurting nobody. If he believes,
I mean, us as
COVID
NBA
is-
fans, we care about what our NBA players think. I would like to, you know.
why do you?
Yeah, LeBron
but
should have been
look,
in that
look,
Zoom call, man.
He
Depending on how
He should have been.
drastic,
He should have been.
Depending on how drastic their views are, I don't
That was
care.
NBA.
Like unless Gordon Hayward pops out a swastika one day and be like, yeah, you know, that's
Oh,
how I
shit.
feel. Like, there's no reason to
That's
just
how
be
I
like,
feel.
oh, like, then I don't care. Like, unless you're
Yeah.
blatantly doing something, you can't be going around hitting no ladies in the face, then trying to hoop and be like, it's okay. Obviously, there are lines. I don't feel like MPJ crossed that line where I'd be like, okay, we should keep an eye on that guy. He's talking about COVID. Who the fuck knows what happened with this? Shit was made in the lab. That is a fact. It was made in a fucking lab.
Thank you for keeping it a buck, guy.
So, I don't.
That's what I want to
people-
hear.
I'm just saying, MPJ.
Just wanna
Who
get
the
your
fuck
feedback,
cares?
man.
Keep balling.
That's all.
Just keep balling, buddy. But I didn't
Alright.
care about it.
Shut up and
So
dribble,
that's-
basically,
me.
is what he's
That's me.
saying.
No, I'm not saying shut up and dribble. Say what you want. I just don't care. Like, just do whatever makes you happy. Just don't
Yeah.
be crazy. And I don't think MPJ would be crazy.
So it's an issue when Kyrie says the Earth is flat, but it's not an issue when.
I
No one said
honestly
it was
didn't
an
care.
issue.
I never cared when
Thank you.
Kyrie said.
No one
I was
cared.
like, alright, cool.
Did I think it was weird? Yes, you can think plenty of things are weird, but you don't gotta care.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
It's a lot of shit people do.
acknowledge what he said. You don't have
That's
to
what you
care.
think,
You
cool.
just acknowledge what he said and address it.
All I'm
And,
saying is, where do you like bananas? Do you like bananas?
is that a racist remark? I like watermelon. Actually, no, it gives me headaches. I don't like watermelon.
If
Wow.
anything, that's more.
No. Like, no, honestly, do you like bananas? Like,
Yeah,
in general. do you- Okay, I
I
think bananas
love
are fucking.
bananas.
I think
Stop.
bananas are fucking disgusting, and I think anyone who eats bananas is fucking disgusting. But I don't have to care if you wanted to eat a banana right now. I just be like, okay, that is nasty, but I don't gotta fucking care. That's the difference.
I
Like,
didn't say you had to
why
care.
can't
I'm just
people
saying
do that?
acknowledge
I'm
what
just
he
saying,
said.
why
That's all.
can't people do?
I mean,
no,
I
you don't
acknowledge
gotta
it,
acknowledge
and
it.
I don't. It is what it is. That's
Thank you.
his
I don't
thought.
care. Like,
It's
That's how-
NBA
that's how I
news
choose
for
to
a
acknowledge
reason.
it.
And
NBA
it's a
just
basketball
always
podcast,
matters.
so
That's
we
all.
have to acknowledge
Thank
it for
you.
keeping it a buck. We have to acknowledge it for a basketball
We just did.
podcast.
That's exactly why I asked it.
Okay. So I'm the only
Alright,
nigga
now-
that can give an opinion on this. Okay, next topic. Okay.
why?
So,
Why?
Biso, do you have anything you want to say about this? At
Well,
all?
I just don't think that. I disagree with his opinion. I don't think it's this big ass conspiracy myself. That's on
Okay.
my self thinking. That's not based on what I hear on the news. But I'm not gonna fucking crucify the guy because he thinks.
My self-thinking head up.
I'm not gonna crucify the guy because he thinks it's a whole ass conspiracy. Now, do I think there are like different conspiracies out there that we don't know about? Yeah, but I don't think coronavirus is one of them. But that's my thoughts, Wordu.
Okay.
All right, now
You ain't gonna
let's
crucify
get.
him? You ain't gonna go at him? You ain't gonna fucking
No.
bite at his fucking answer? Oh, fuck
No,
you.
of course not. Why would I do
Wow.
that?
Crazy.
Why would I do that?
Crazy. Black Lives Matter, man.
Still.
Crazy.
Be
Black
your own
Lives
people.
Matter, bro.
Be your own people. It be your own people.
We both got black shirts on for a reason, man. Come on now.
Jesus.
Head ass.
At us. All right, let's talk about his on the court shit though. Michael Porter Jr.'s dropped like 30 every game. Which
He's
is
been
Literally.
balling.
so
TJ Warren.
once again, like I said last week, I am worried for Jamal Murray because now
That's something I could
Bull
agree
Bull-
on.
because
Yeah.
Bull showing up,
Man.
Michael Porter showing up. Nikola Jokic is a point guard now. They're running Jeremy
Man.
Grant at the shooting guard. Miles Plumlee can bring up the ball. So why the fuck is Jamal Murray there?
Nah,
Now it's
crazy,
looking
bro.
like they about to get pieces for him and Gary Harris, which is scary, honestly.
They
If
should try to
build
get rid
right,
of Paul Millsap. Actually,
They definitely should get rid of Paul Millsap.
They should,
that
but that
contract
contract
is
is
holding
ass.
them back, really. Because if they were to do a trade, they'd have to include maybe Jamal Murray,
Jamal Murray, Gary Harris.
Harris, and Paul Millsap, or maybe Will Barton. I don't know.
Imagine what team. So what team right now has let's say a B player or who's a good two that can get traded right
Oladipo.
now. That's enough to get Oladipo. I think that's enough to get Oladipo.
Is it?
From the Pacers? I think so. Think about where they're at.
Nah, they don't need Paul Millsap.
They
And they
don't
have Malcolm
need
Brogdon.
Paul Millsap, but if
they get
Victor
Jamal
Oladipo
Murray and
makes
Gary
it be known
Harris,
that if he lets it be known he wants to leave, why not?
they might do that.
I can see that.
That's what I'm saying. So what deal are you getting better than that for a guy like Victor Oladipo?
That's true. And you
Yeah,
get
I can't
Murray
think of it
too?
now, but-
You
Maybe
get Murray,
throw in,
Paul Millsap, and Gary Harris. They're obviously you got to who-
throwing a Monte Morris head ass.
They might They might even throw a pick.
I don't think Vic is worth that much. Especially with his injury history.
Yeah.
No, the Pacers might have to give up a pick.
Yeah. But all I'm saying is Jamal Murray better watch the fuck out, man, because the bigs on the team are coming for his point guard job, which is crazy.
Which he was not
Crazy.
expecting.
Yeah. But Michael Porter Jr. He's an elite shot creator. I wouldn't say elite, but he's a fucking shot creator. 20 points a game at least. And he was definitely coming into the draft one of those low risk, high reward players if he paid off. Same thing with Giannis when the Bucks drafted him at like 13 or 14.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I honestly love those picks because like they could turn out really well, but if they don't, it's like no, like we could see the fail aspect of it, the risk with drafting those type of players. But I'm happy for Michael Porter Jr. man, because I know for a fact going into that draft class, like I just remember MPJ being like the consensus number one, and like Luka and them were like. That was like the 2 to 5 shit. But Michael Porter Jr. was like the consensus number one before his injury. So I'm happy for the dude, man.
Did Jokic play point against the Blazers?
I don't think he has been like fully playing point, but he's been bringing the ball up and shit.
I'm about to
He's
say
been doing that.
Monte Morris and Torrey Craig let this nigga Dame score 45, nigga?
Yeah, that's
Man,
Denver's perimeter defense is not good.
It's sketchy.
Jamal Murray and
But
Gary
that's what happens
Harris.
when you have that's what happens when you have a
45?
center at point guard.
45 and 12? Huh? Gary Trent,
11
27?
threes?
Huh?
That's
Gary
not
Trent is
bad.
balling, though. Gary Trent is balling, though. I'm not even
It's
gonna
too
lie.
small of a sample
Players
size,
balling,
word.
bro.
Too small of a sample size.
No, man. And then Nurkic is balling, bro.
Too small of a sample
That's
size,
why
Wordu.
I'm
more of an 8 to 10 game sample size type of dude.
head
man.
ass. I am an 8 to 10. I mean, that's how.
Not
that's
right
how
now.
they do. Isn't that how they base how they want to evaluate their team? They base it off of a 10 game sample size. Like every 10 games, you evaluate the team. If you want to make trades, then you make trades. Like that's what they did with Melo when he was on the Rockets, I think, right? So it's on a 10.
And you see how fucked up that was? That they did that to Melo in the first 10 games of the season? They just be like, oh, this nigga ain't working out in 10 games. Get him out of here. Trade him.
I mean, that's a nice sample size. Okay, Melo, 2 points, 6 points, 5 points, 2 for 6 shooting, 3 for 11 shooting. Like, bro, why the fuck you on the team?
No, I'm just saying right now it's
Bye.
4. I'm just saying right now it's 4 though. So Gary Trent going off, but like
using that logic, word, dude, we're not about to win a title. You should be very concerned. You should be more concerned about our team than me. Using your logic of using the 10 game sample size.
The only team I don't want to face in the first round is the Blazers. I would be very honest. I do not want to see them in the 8th. I do not. And if Melo plays gives them maybe 10 to 12, 15, maybe, and Nurkic
10 to 12, 15.
Gary
10 to 12
Trent,
to
you know what I'm
15.
saying? Is that too low? I just don't.
That's like 3 different players.
That's a gap. That's a giant gap.
What do you
that he
expect
can
from
fill.
Melo in the playoffs? Let me ask y'all, because I guess I don't
8
know what I'm
points.
talking about. What do y'all get?
8 a game.
What do y'all
8 a
expect
game.
from Melo in
13.
the playoffs? 13? Dom, what do you say?
9.3.
Is that what you think he's gonna do, or what you expect?
That is the exact number of points I think he's going to put up for the
That's what he
9.3.
expects, and that's what he's gonna do.
But what about Nurkic?
Nurkic, he's going to do
I don't
Nurkic
even-
things. That's
I don't even know the
Nurkic
numbers
is
he's putting up.
Nurkic.
But
He's just going to be a good
he's-
player for them.
Yeah, he's more so of his importance to the team is on defense. So I mean,
And then Dame, McCollum gonna do their thing. So I don't know.
No, one of the others going to do everything. It's going to be one of the other. And if I had to put my money on it, it's going to be Dame. But I hope it would be McCollum. Because if it's McCollum and Dame's not doing his thing, it's going to lower the morale of the team a little bit. Because he's the guy.
I think
Isn't that what happened when they...
I think if either one of them goes off, I don't think it'll affect the team too much.
because CJ going off is like a 20, 25, 26 a game, but Dame going off is like 35 a game.
Dame going off is 40. Dame
Apparently
going
it's
off-
45. 45,
Yeah.
12, and 4, apparently.
Yeah.
Dame will give you 40 if you let him go off. CJ
Yeah.
might give you 30. I'd rather let the nigga that might give me 30 go off. I'd rather let him have his night because they might not win. If Dame gives you 40, it's a good chance you're losing that game if you're not giving them 40 back. If you're not making them points up.
Yeah.
Because that team is still playing good. It's not like Dame's carrying a tremendous load. But the team is good. The team is just built. I like how the team is structured for him. They got a lot of depth. It's nice to be a Blazers fan, bro. And honestly, I don't want to play this team right now in the first round. I really don't want to play that team in the first round.
I'm praying it's the Spurs. I am praying the basketball gods.
I hope and pray that Ingram just turns into a god and Lonzo just turns into a starter, and they just win
into
games.
a starter, not a star,
And they
a
just
starter.
win games.
Oh
just win
man,
games.
Lonzo is garbage.
And we play Fat Zion at the 8 seed. I'd much rather have that.
Lonzo
Give me
is
Fat
trash,
Zion.
man.
Damn.
First of all, watch your mouth. All right.
And then
This is the
not
most concerned I've ever heard from a 1 seed when it comes to the 8 seed matchup. I'm being dead ass.
Hey, I mean, that just proves how competitive the West is. The bubble's real. It's really for the Western Conference, not really for the Eastern Conference.
No, but even in the West, like in the past, maybe except for that year where the Grizzlies beat the Spurs, but I don't even think like people were afraid of the Grizzlies going into that series. But like generally speaking, I've like a 1 through 8 seed. It's like you expect that team to win, and like when the
you do.
Warriors when the Warriors upsetted the Mavs in 07, that was a shock. But again, like going into that series, you know, like people weren't really scared of the Warriors, but to hear the Lakers fans say like, I don't want to face the Blazers right now, man.
It's because their chemistry.
It's because we are out of rhythm.
Man.
And listen,
their chemistry is there,
it's
bro.
sus based on the situation. That's all I'm saying. It's
Melo
sus
lost weight. He
based
knows his
on
role.
the situation. That's all it is. The situation that we're in right now, because we're out of rhythm, because of the layoff, because of where our team is age-wise, the kind of players that we have, I just don't. It's certain teams you just don't want to play when you're trying to make adjustments because they can make you pay for it. Because at the end of the day, this is a professional league. This is the best league in the world. You're playing the best players. A nigga like Dame on a good night giving you fucking 50, and you still have niggas like Melo who, God forbid, give you 15. You got CJ who can give you 20 to 25.
He gave them
They
7.
have bigs. Stop.
McCollum gave them
bigs.
13.
They have bodies. Listen, I just don't want to see him. I don't want to see
Nurkic
him.
gave them 22. So
I feel
Now,
it.
if LeBron's on his if LeBron's on his B+ game, I have no problem. But right now, LeBron's at a fucking C.
So how hard is it for
Sorry.
LeBron to turn that C+ to a B, a regular B?
If he was 28, I have no issue. If he was 30, I have no issue. He's 35. I don't know what a 35-year-old LeBron getting back in rhythm looks like because we've never seen it. This is
I do.
Jesus, what does it look like? What does it look like?
It
Tell
looks
me.
like 25, 11-7.
That's him getting back in rhythm. I mean, I guess.
I mean, for the team that they're like the team that's constructed around him, 25, 11-7 or 8 rebounds. I don't think that's bad at all. And the nigga just averaged 27 and 7 a couple years ago.
That's the A.
So if that's an A, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
He's at a C right now. He's not. He's nowhere near.
BSOLZ, how many
right
games?
now.
And the Wizards just got eliminated from playoff contention.
So,
by the way,
so 25, 11, and 7 was what we considered was the clear-cut runner-up for MVP for this whole season. So I would assume that's an A+ for LeBron. And you're saying that's a B?
No, I'm saying if he averages that for the playoffs.
Jesus Christ.
That's a B?
I'll say that's an A.
25,
if that's
11,
an A,
and 7.
then what are we talking? What do y'all think?
What do you think he's at right now?
What do y'all think he'll average in the playoffs?
I'm not saying.
And give me the grade.
honestly
Give me the grade that you'll think that would be for that team.
Bro, I don't think you understand what I'm at. You just don't get it.
Okay, what are you asking?
Don't get it.
Upchurch,
All
what are you
I'm
asking?
saying is because LeBron is out of rhythm, because we are not in sync like we should be, because we're coming off of a big ass dead period, we are at a disadvantage to other teams. Other teams they're getting it figured out a lot quicker than we are. On offense, we had top 5 offense. Now we have the worst offense. No one can hit shots. And most importantly, LeBron is not hitting shots. LeBron is not being LeBron. That's what I'm saying. LeBron right now is at a C. We need him to be at an A. I want the 25, 11, and 7. I want that. That's fine. He's not that right now. And I don't think he's going to be that until midway through round 1. So I believe he'll be at the start of the playoffs. I think LeBron will be at a B.
Okay, what stat line do you think he'll have in game 1 and game 2 if he played the Blazers? Hypothetically, if he played the Blazers, what do you think he would get in game 1 and game 2?
27-7 and inefficient, and like fucking 3 for 8 from fucking free throw line or some shit. I don't know. It's LeBron. He'll miss a lot of free throws. 27-7.
So you
inefficient. Inefficient 27-7.
For both games? I just
want to look up the splits right now. I want to look up
for both because you're saying the first half of. So let's say the first 2 games. Oh, okay. Well, first 2 games.
First 2 games, because if you lose 4, you get swept. So first 2 games, then LeBron turns it on, then it hits, then he'll hit that switch. That's when the switch will hit for him because it's do or die. You lost 2 games.
And then they'll win like 4 straight, and then they'll go to the second round, right? Yes.
I mean, duh.
It's the Blazers, right?
I mean,
LeBron,
I'm not.
right?
I'm not saying. I'm not saying the Blazers. I'm saying whoever we play. It doesn't matter who. Whoever we play.
So you're okay. Wait. So you're saying no matter who we play, that
the first
this
2
nigga
games, he's going to be inefficient. He's not going to be in rhythm. He's going to be in rhythm after the first 2 games of the playoffs.
So right now, I'm gonna just tell y'all the splits he's putting up. 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. 10 rebounds is really good, by the way.
Yeah.
But 6 assists with 3 turnovers. 42% from the field, 27% from 3, and 68% from the line.
It's not good.
And what did I say? 27-7 and inefficient. Isn't that what I said? Isn't that what I said he'll be at in the playoffs? I think that this is where he's at. And he's going to be that until the switch hits. When he hits the switch, boom, he's good. But right now, he's what, BSOLZ? 19 a game, 10 boards.
Rush efficiency.
After how many games?
4.
And that's why I'm concerned.
How many more games do we have to play?
4.
So, you're telling me that can't change from now till August 17th, Dominique Upchurch?
I need to see it. When I see it,
I'm just saying this
I'll
is the cause for
believe it.
pause. Wardo, I don't think there's anything wrong with pausing. You know what I'm saying? Like just taking a step back, being a little cautious. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, man.
I'm not saying you can't. Like I said, I'm worried if we play the Blazers, I would be distraught if that somehow happened. I would be distraught because I do not want to see a lineup of Dame, CJ, fucking Gary Trent, the way he's playing, and then Melo, and then
no,
fucking
but I
Nurkic.
think
I
you're
don't see
concerned.
that.
You're concerned because of how good the Blazers are.
Yeah,
But Dom is concerned because of how bad the Lakers are. There's a difference.
after 4 games, yes.
You're concerned about how good the Blazers are at the 4 games.
No, the Lakers.
I hate you.
I am because like
No, you're scared of the Blazers because you think Nurkic is back and he's been playing good.
I think their
you
team
think
chemistry.
Gary Trent has been
4 games.
playing good as well, and he's
In 4
lighting it up.
games.
But that's also after 4 games.
But
So
okay,
if you
okay.
can't be so if you're not worried about the Lakers after 4 games, you can't big up the Blazers because they've been playing good these 4 games.
You're right. I want to say let me say my point again because I guess I'm not being clear enough. I think it's mostly because their team chemistry is where it should be and the Lakers isn't because of some it's LeBron's not really playing the way he should. AD kind of is. I could already see the narratives. Like if we somehow lose to the Clippers in 7, I could already see some like the narrative here. Like when it comes to the team and how like everything's playing out. If it's just the way Dom is saying, where we just gonna have to rely on AD for the first 3 quarters, and you know what I'm saying, I could already see some of the narratives that people are gonna say. I already know it's like hey man, LeBron didn't have no help. I mean, AD was the only nigga that we could rely on in the playoffs that was actually worth. I mean, Kuzma wasn't doing shit. JR wasn't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Danny Green wasn't making no shots in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like JaVale don't want to get no rebounds. He don't want to box out. You know what I'm saying? Dwight want to foul. Dwight wants to foul out in the second quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like what?
So let me ask you a question. If all those things you just said happened, and then we include LeBron underperformed, is that not something to be fucking concerned about?
I don't think he'll underperform though. But yeah, it would be something. It would be something. It would.
That is something that I hope doesn't happen because I need to see the flip of the switch that he talked about.
Nigga, we aren't talking about.
I need to see it.
We aren't talking about Ben Simmons. We're talking about LeBron. You do realize this, right?
Ben Simmons hitting
You
threes.
of all people should know
about
this.
Ben Simmons. I am talking about the GOAT. The GOAT is
okay. Last question of word. So can you just elaborate again on why you're afraid of the Blazers?
Because their team chemistry is where it needs to be at this point, and they're just playing better as a team. Like as a team, they just look better. Their bench, even off of the bench, like Simmons is playing well. Trent is playing well. Zach Collins is playing well. So I mean, and then they have the chemistry too. So I mean,
so what I'm hearing is that these 4 games have mattered. That's what I'm hearing.
I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And if these 4 games have impacted us in a negative way, how does that not matter?
I just feel like people overreact on a game basis, and I don't want people to just over analyze every single game that we go into. Because
aren't you
the
doing
bubble
that
and the
doing that with
playoffs
the Blazers,
are
though?
two
You're doing
separate
that with the
things.
Blazers.
You're
just
doing
in the
that with
opposite
the
direction.
Blazers.
I am, but I feel like they're going to keep it up. I think they're going to keep it up.
And you're okay with this? And you're
Yes.
okay with... I hate you. I hate you. I hate
Love you too.
Yo, you're...
All right, let's just BSOLZ next topic. I'm a BSOLZ next topic myself, man.
BSOLZ, how does that make sense? BSOLZ, how does that make sense?
Hey, yo, the comment section, YouTube people, wherever you are, let me know how that makes sense. Because we straight up just like broke it down to its very core.
YouTube comment section, y'all know what I'm talking about. Let these niggas kind of.
God.
We really don't.
I promise you, if anyone and
I'm speaking English just like y'all, so I don't know.
If anyone goes in that comment section and agrees with him, I am blocking you. I am going to your comment and I am blocking you because you're clearly doing it to appease this nigga. No, we cannot. We cannot.
Because we deadass broke it down to the fundamentals of why it's illogical and why
That's
it's
like the
wrong.
5th time this podcast alone he's done.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Yo, he's worse than Flight.
Crazy.
He is worse than Flight.
Relax. I'm not. Relax. Okay, I guess the Lakers are losing in the first round. Okay, they're losing in the first round.
We
Since
just
that's
said
what they want me to say, they're losing in the first round.
You got. I
That's
give
all
up.
It don't matter who they play; they're
I
losing
quit.
in the first round. Like
I
that's all.
quit,
that
bro.
is.
I quit.
Yeah.
I quit. You win.
All right.
So next topic.
So I'm well. The next topic is the next topic is the race for the 8th seed in the West. So it seems like we're kind of just assuming the
Yeah.
Blazers are gonna make it.
Yeah,
So,
that's,
what do y'all think of the Suns possibly making? I don't know.
that'd be a great Cinderella story, but
Okay.
yeah, I think
Are you afraid of the Suns?
No,
Why not?
their bench is trash, and I don't like their management.
their bench is trash. And I don't like their management,
Okay.
but they've been great in the past
though.
4 games.
They've been playing good though.
Honestly, I don't think the Blazers. I honestly think the Spurs are going to make that 8 seed. I do.
I really
When it boils down to, I'm fearing that the Blazers are going to make it, and I don't want that to happen. But I feel in my heart of hearts that the Spurs are going to get that spot.
Literally any other outcome is better than the Spurs making it. And I'm a Spurs hater till the playoffs start. I said this on Twitter. Because with the Kings, you got the Kings making it to the playoffs. Cool. You know what I'm saying? We get to see De'Aaron Fox in there. The Grizzlies making it. They don't have Jaren Jackson, but John Morant playoff debut. Cool. The Pelicans, we already know why that's a story. The Blazers, they've been on fire. Dame, Melo, CJ, and them boys. The Suns, D-Book makes his playoff debut. But the Spurs, I am not about to see Greg Popovich, DeMar DeRozan, and LaMarcus Aldridge get swept in 4 games.
Don't forget
they
about
can't
Murray.
shoot a 3. I'm forgetting about Murray right now.
Man, the disrespect to the Johnson.
Look, man. Okay, fine. Shout out to DeJounte Murray because he's a really solid player.
Yeah.
But all
Shout
I'm
out to
saying is
them.
I don't want to see the boring ass mid-range shooting ass Spurs in the first round just to get clamped up by AD. Like I'm all set, bro.
By himself. That's crazy.
By AD alone, because all you do is put AD in the middle of the fucking. Just put AD at the free throw line and it shuts down that whole fucking team.
Man, that's tough, bro. That's tough.
So, I'm a Spurs hater. I'm a Spurs hater right now.
I think
man.
they might. I don't know in my heart of hearts because the Wizards just got eliminated from playoff contention just now. They lost to the Pelicans. Pelicans they still have a shot, a puncher's chance, but I don't think they'll get it done. They lost too many games. They've lost too many games already. In my opinion,
Zion's out of shape. So.
Yeah,
320.
Alvin Gentry's not a good coach, so it's okay.
How do you coach that though? Like, what would you do? What would you do, Zion?
What would I do?
What would you
Hit you
do
with
if
the-
Zion was
What would I
320
do?
pounds? What would you do?
I would have Zion run the 5. That's what I would do. But that's not a popular thing to do. I would have him run the 5. I would have Jackson
He's
Hayes run the
320 pounds. He
4
better
or
be your
Derek
5.
Favors. I would have, I'd probably have Jackson Hayes or Derek Favors run the 4, Ingram the 3, Drew Holiday, and then Lonzo. That's what I would do.
What's the point of running Zion at the 5 if you're gonna have Jackson Hayes at the 4?
I don't know. That's what I would do. Like I said, that's what I would do. That's just what I would do.
Okay. I respect it. He's a free thinker.
Switch it up. Save Zion's energy, nigga. Save that nigga energy. Stop making him run the fucking whole floor.
Because I thought the point of putting Zion at the 5.
What?
I ain't never heard someone put a 4 at the 5 and make the spacing worse.
No. Okay. Okay. So I said Jackson Hayes or Derek Favors.
I'd run PJ
It could be
Tucker
either
at the
or.
5, Clint Capella at the 4.
Yeah, nigga. Like, hey, if I'm the nigga that's saying I want LeBron at the 1, Danny Green at the 2,
I'm crying right now.
AD at the 3, and I'm saying JaVale at the 4, and then
Dwight at the 5. How is that so hard to believe?
I just never.
That just makes sense. That's more. It's consistent with what I think.
Wait.
Hey, everybody in the chat, I promise you,
Put
I'm not
Dirk
scared
at the
Bayless,
5 and
nigga.
Sean Bradley at the 4.
I promise y'all, I'm not scared
That's what's
Bayless.
better for the team.
I am so serious when I'm saying this, bro.
I can't breathe.
Just have Zion run the 5. If PJ Tucker can run the 5, why
yeah.
not Zion?
Hey, yo,
I can't
I'm
breathe.
running Giannis at the 5 and Brook Lopez at the 4 because that changes everything.
I mean, that's a possibility. Yeah,
Bro, I can't breathe, bro. Hold on.
that's not a possibility. He can run the
Yeah.
5.
Hey, yo, everything's a possibility.
Bro, I
It
just
is.
no.
Oh,
Bro, you tell me Giannis can't play
Where
center?
do please stop? Where do please stop?
Tell me Giannis
Stop.
can't play
Stop.
center
My
and then
stomach
Brook
hurts.
Lopez can't play the four.
Where do
crying,
stop?
I'm
My stomach my stomach hurts.
Okay.
Bro.
Okay.
I just want people to understand that BSOLZ asked him that. He knew that there was no way out of it, and he chose to just sit there and just accept it. Just this is what I do. Like there's nothing you can say
This is
at that
what I
point
do.
because it
What do
doesn't
you
make
mean?
sense. You knew that didn't make sense. It hit you in your
How?
mind. Oh fuck, that doesn't make sense. To have Zion at the fucking 5 and Jackson Hayes at the 4. You knew that.
No, okay, y'all pick.
I
Y'all
was gonna let it
That's
slide.
why-
Y'all pick
That's
and
why-
choose what
that's
y'all
why-
wanted to hear. I
I-
said Jackson Hayes or Derek Favors.
Why?
I
would
never
you want-
just
That
said
doesn't
Jackson
make a
Hayes.
difference. Word, that doesn't make a
Your
difference.
There's
center-
more. Okay. All right.
But the center is 6.
Okay.
Okay, all right, cool. Say this, right? So you play the Hawks with this mystical lineup of Zion at the 5, and let's say Favors at the 4 to make your point.
You can't even
Yeah.
say that with a straight face.
Make it sound better. Okay, who's gonna guard Clint Capella?
Zion, the hook. Y'all could switch off. Y'all could have this. You could just have Derek. You could just have Derek Favors
Word,
guard.
I'm just look when people
You
talk
could just have
about.
Derek Favors guard him.
No, I'm
my
just
God.
look because when people talk about moving a person who's traditionally a 4 to the 5 slot, you would most likely do that to provide more offensive power and more spacing. But what you did
Yeah.
was put Zion at the 5
Yeah.
and kept the guy who can't shoot at the 4.
Yeah.
So my question is,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you just keep Zion at the 4 and Jackson Hayes at the 5?
I mean, you can do that. That's like I said.
so
Oh
you
my
couldn't
God.
change anything.
I don't care. By the way, the Celtics beating the Raptors by 30 points, by the way. But like I said, this is how I would coach it. Like this is how that's why I put a disclaimer. This is how I would
That's
coach.
the dumbest
This is how I would coach my team, Dom. You're not going to tell me who to put. You're not going to tell me how a traditional. Because if we're having PJ Tucker run the 5, how could you literally just tell me, oh, because there's no spacing that I can't do what I want to do?
Bro, I can't.
PJ
No,
Tucker's
but
running
they-
center.
They
So
moved
I would
PJ
have
Tucker
Zion
to the
run center.
5 so that they can have Robert Covington at the 4 because that provides better spacing.
Okay.
I don't. What does putting Zion at the 5 and replacing him with a guy who can't shoot at the 4 do? If anything, isn't
Imagine-
Jackson Hayes the starting center already? So you just straight up switched their positions.
Yeah, I
for
did.
no reason. For no reason at all.
Like that doesn't. I'm just honestly trying to comprehend.
Oh my God.
I'm just honestly
man
trying to
dumb.
comprehend what that does, bro.
This
I'm-
man,
I'm
Dom,
confused.
where you at, bro? All right, good.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize
Yeah,
my
so
I had a
like,
pop up. I'm sorry.
I understand what y'all are saying.
Bro,
Like,
where
it
you
fucks up
can't
the
be
spacing.
serious.
I get that. I think I just view it like it's 2K. I don't know. I'm just different. Like y'all niggas just. Oh my god, bro.
But it's
I
not
think
even
that's
fucking
why-
up the spacing. It just doesn't make sense.
That's why I fuck with MPJ because he can think for himself, bro. Honestly, MPJ is like the GOAT, bro. Honestly, bro.
Bro, my head hurts from laughing so hard. Have you ever laughed so hard that your head hurts? Like you get a headache afterwards? Oh, my head hurts, and he's still going. That's the bad
How am I
part.
being ridiculed for keeping it a buck right now? That's crazy,
Bro, you didn't even keep it up.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything. You really just said,
What do you
I'm going to just
mean?
go and switch these two players for no reason.
Hey yo, I'm
No
putting
reason,
this. I'm starting this after this episode. I think I'm gonna put like just the one like the best clip of the podcast on the main podcast channel. I already know what clip I'm putting up, bro. Yo, that's
All
why.
right, I'm trolling.
No,
No,
you're
you're
not.
not.
Nah, you ain't
No,
gonna get ahead of
you're
this one.
not. You
You're not getting ahead of this
you
one.
can't do that,
Nah,
bro.
you're not getting ahead of this one. That man genuinely sat there and said, so where, dude? What makes sense of doing that? Oh, this is what I would do. What the fuck?
Hey yo,
I'm already a better coach than Alvin Gentry. You see how that works?
Are you though?
I am, nigga. First off, like I said, I'll play Zion verse, and he would
Oh
run the
my
5.
God.
okay.
I would
So let's go with the Golden State Warriors, right? Let's take it back, 2017, and you want to run a small ball lineup with Draymond at the 5.
Okay.
Who would you put at the 4?
Who's on that team? Just name all the players on that team.
Curry, Clay, KD, Draymond, Azili.
Bogut still there, right?
Okay,
You
let's
said
bring it back to
2016 or
2016. Let's bring back 2016 before KD.
Okay.
So you want to run a lineup with Draymond at the 5?
You would
Probably
put
no.
Bogut- You could put
Probably.
Bogut at the
Let me
4.
look at the roster because I want to. No, nigga. Let me look at the roster.
Would you
Relax.
Would you
Let me
put
look at the
Festus?
roster.
Would you
Y'all
put
got me
Festus?
fucked up, nigga.
Would you put Festus Azili?
No, nigga. Hold on, nigga. Let me look at their team. We ain't gonna do all that. Nah, nigga. Trying to be like I don't know basketball, nigga.
Hey, yo,
I've been watching basketball. Both of y'all been born, nigga.
The answer is very clear.
It's not.
You run Harrison Barnes or
Let me look
Andre
at-
Iguodala.
Let me look at the roster.
Because you don't run Draymond at the 5 to make your offense better and
No.
put a guy who
You
can't
asking me
shoot
for
at
my
the
lineup? I'm
4.
gonna tell you my lineup. So 2015, 2016, right?
20, yes,
I
73
swear
win
to God, you
season.
better not say it. You better
Okay,
not say
so
it.
we have
You better not do it,
Barbosa,
Lou.
Barnes, Bogut, Ian Clark, Steph, Festus Ezeli, Green, Iguodala. Okay. John Livingston, Kevin Looney. Okay, so my lineup would be Steph, Clay, Iguodala,
Here's the make it or break it card.
Harrison Barnes.
Oh, God.
Okay.
It's small ball, right?
Yes.
I would have died.
So is that a bad lineup? Why are you laughing?
I would have
No,
died.
because
I
I
would've
would assume
died.
I would assume that you would put Zion at the 5 to run a small ball lineup, right?
No, like that. You didn't put that stipulation with the lineup that I came up with at first.
So why
That's a
why
completely
would,
different thing.
Why would you put Zion at the 5?
Because he's a beast, nigga. I can't.
Okay, yo, let's wrap it up.
What these niggas talking about, yo? Y'all negative about the Lakers. Y'all negative about the Giants. What's good with y'all, bro?
Because he's
It's a
a
Friday. Cheer up.
beast, yo.
He is a beast, nigga. He's a paint beast. That's his 2K archetype, nigga.
BSOLZ. Imagine
done, bro.
being able to look in the mirror every day and look at someone that thinks running a 6'6" player at the center does not mean I'm running small ball.
PJ.
Imagine. They run small ball.
He's not
that
running
to a
Jackson
small-
I
Hayes at
just
the
gave you a
4.
small ball lineup, though.
But if you're
I'm
putting
so
PJ Tucker
confused.
at the 5, you're not putting Clint Capella at the 4.
I'm talking
That
about
would
the
not
Warriors.
be small ball.
You just told me to make a freaking lineup from the
But we're
Warriors, a small
talking
ball
about-
lineup with the Warriors.
but
I
we're
said
talking about for the
Clay,
Pelicans.
Iguodala, Barnes,
You're
and
not
Draymond. That is
You're
a
still
small
not
ball lineup.
understanding what we're talking about. You're not understanding where we're going at.
I am.
What we're trying to get at is the fact that for the Pelicans, you will run Zion at the
Okay,
5.
I wouldn't. You really want me to tell you what I think a small ball lineup would be? Let me show you.
What?
New Orleans Pelicans. Let me show you what a real small ball lineup would look like. So we got their roster here. Alvin Gentry trash, David Griffin. So we got Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo, Jackson Hayes, Drew Holiday, JJ Redick, Nicolo Melli, Frank Jackson, Etwan Moore, Derek Favors, Nikhil Alexander Walker, Jaleel. That nigga's still on the team. That's crazy. Zion, Darius Miller. So a small ball lineup, right? A small ball lineup for me. I don't know about y'all, but for me, small lineup would be Lonzo at the 1, Drew Holiday at the 2. If you're talking small ball, right? Josh Hart at the 3. Let's see. I would probably say Brandon Ingram at the 4, and then Zion at the 5. That would be if we're talking small ball, right? Lonzo at the 1. Drew Holiday at the 2. Who did I say at the 3? I think I said Josh Hart at the 3, Ingram at the 4, and Zion at the 5. That's small ball. Is that bad?
Okay,
no.
What I'm saying is schematically.
Wrap it up like a condom, nigga. Wrap it up like a condom, nigga. Don't play with me, nigga.
You acted like you won, but you really didn't.
Thank you. You didn't. You didn't do anything.
It's a
What I'm saying is if you want
you asked me
Jackson Hayes at the 4.
You asked me small ball, then you asked me how would I structure.
But you're not understanding. So what would be the point of putting Zion, who's 6'6", at center if you're not running small ball?
Because I'm the coach, nigga.
Okay, but what let's just say you're the coach, right? Let's just say
I'm the coach, nigga.
On the piece of paper, you put Zion at the 5 and Jackson Hayes at the 4. Schematically, and because of how their skills play, you would inevitably just go into an offense that realistically ends up running Jackson Hayes at the 5 and Zion at the 4 anyways.
Okay, I can see that.
So what we're saying is putting Zion at the 5 and Jackson Hayes at the 4, even if on paper you put Zion at the 5 instead of a 4, does not do anything. That's all we're saying.
Basically, we're saying that is a terrible coaching decision, and you will make a terrible coach. That's basically what that's saying.
Okay.
We love you, dude.
I gave you a small ball lineup. Again,
I don't. I hate you. I hate you so much.
Drew, I said Josh Hart, Ingram, and Zion. That's a small ball, and
you don't get credit.
I can get you wins for that.
Fixing the mistake you made. Like you don't get.
How do I not? See y'all. Let's get negative, head ass. OSN head ass. Let's get negative. So I can't correct my wrongs. Look at this shit. Wrap it up like a condom, nigga.
All right, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I've honestly never laughed as hard as I did on this.
Man, Dom got a haircut. I don't know how to act, nigga. Look at this nigga. Jalen Brown head ass. Judges gavel head ass.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, man. First 17 minutes of this podcast, I forgot to record on Audacity, so we're gonna use a Zoom recording for.
Damn, that's tough.
My apologies, but
Good thing you have your wired headphones, Brendan.
My recording stopped. It stopped I recorded like an hour and 13 minutes.
That's fine. That's fine. It is what it is. Like honestly, the Zoom audio is fine. But anyways, we'll handle that off camera. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. Had a lot to talk about. Honestly, didn't know how we stretch this out to an hour and a half.
Jackson Hayes at the 4, man.
Jackson Hayes at the 4, man. Let's say goodbye to the people, man. Wordu, exit out with your plugs, man.
It's your boy Alex Wordu, aka Wordu the Dude. Follow, first and foremost, subscribe to my channel if you want the hottest takes in the world, you know what I'm saying? Wordu's World, you know what I'm saying? Go sub to me, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to all the niggas in the comments showing love and the negative comments too. Much appreciated. Follow me on Instagram at Wordu the Dude. Follow me on Twitter at Wordu the Dude. Add me on Snapchat, CEO Chief Skeet. And also go stream. Niggas be doing the most. I'm on the road, especially, man. Go and stream that shit on SoundCloud. Nigga, me and your boy Young Damo, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we get into it. It might be paid, but I don't give a fuck, nigga. We still getting this shit, you know what I'm saying? Don't hate the player, hate the game, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Believe me, believe that.
Believe us.
He is a fucking character, bro. It's just like a character.
Yeah.
I can't with this dude, bro.
He's sober too. He's sober too.
That's the worst part.
I am sober.
He's sober, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Dom. Say your piece, man.
People, I'm sorry. I am so distraught right now from laughing. Please go sub to my little channel, man. We just out here grinding from the mud, trying to come up. Just girl trying to get a nut, man. Follow me on Twitter. Best hot takes that makes sense and realistic and doesn't contradict itself.
Illogical. Dominique illogical.
I'm just saying. Follow me at Dom Church 1. Add me on Snapchat. I'll be in there doing a lot of dumb nigga stuff, hood rat stuff for my friends.
Get a steering wheel cover, nigga. Get a steering wheel cover, by the way.
I have a steering wheel cover, fucker.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember. There was a point where you didn't have one on, so I was like,
yeah, I didn't, and then I got one because the shit looked whack.
Is that a necessity to have a steering wheel cover? Because I don't have one too.
It's not, but it just feels better, like driving, like to grip the wheel.
All right.
At least mine does.
This sounds like running Jackson Hayes at the 4 to me, but. You know.
Hey, you know what? It's not a necessity. Trust me, it can definitely be removed, but I'm not going.
Hey man, shout out to
I'm the
Justin,
coach.
man.
I'm the coach.
so
I'm the
much,
coach,
bro.
man. I'm the
I
coach.
hate
It's
you
all
so
right.
much.
It's all right.
I am the coach, nigga. I'm the coach. What the fuck, nigga? You better get your ass in over there.
Niggas out
nigga.
here coaching like Luke Walton, bro. Like,
You on that
oh my
block? You
God.
on that block? I don't care, nigga. What the fuck? 6'11", 6'2", nigga. You get on that block. You get on that block, nigga. Oh fuck, nigga. It's the same shit to me. Shouts out to Justin, man. GG boys. GG.
GG boys.
GG.
All right, man.
GG's in the chat. One time for
GG's in the
Justin.
chat. Drop a 5-star on iTunes, and we'll see y'all next week, man.